What's up, guys? It's your boy P Wavy coming back with another DIY. Here we got me taking a tire off and changing the brakes on a Honda Accord 2003. This also works for the same models of 2003 to 2007, if I'm not mistaken. But as you guys can see, we about to get real down and dirty. I can advise you that this will be the easiest DIY that you have ever witnessed in your life. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much I'm about to skip through it a little bit. You guys see, the first step is obviously take the tire off, get the tire nuts off, whatever you're going to do, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here we have the brake caliper and the rotor. We're going to need to take off a 12mm bolt that will be on the back of the caliper. It's actually right here at the bottom. As you can see, I already took the bolt out, but you can see where it's supposed to be. And then once you take that 12mm bolt out, you will be able to pull the caliper directly up. It's very easy. And as I'm pulling up, you can see here are the old brake pads. It's real easy. They're real easy to take out. You just pop them out with your hand and throw them to the side. Now we're ready to install the new brake pads. You have one for the rear and one for the front of the caliper. This pad itself, this one is for the front, which will be the left side of the caliper, and the other one is for the rear. With the clip, it will go on the back of the caliper. You guys also want to make sure that you secure the brake pad inside of its brackets. You know, you don't want a brake pad falling out and then next thing you know, your car's in a river somewhere because your brake pads failed. So make sure you get those in there securely and you will be just fine. So here's a look at the brake pads inside of, their brackets. They look pretty good, pretty decent, And now we're going to be getting ready for our next step. This is the piston. Now we pretty much got to get the piston to compress back into its hole, and usually most people use C-clamps, but unfortunately I did not have a C-clamp for this video, so I'm going to show you guys another way to get around it. It's not as safe, but it does get the job done. Now, how I got the piston to go back into its cylinder, I pretty much took an old pad and pressed it against the cylinder itself, and I put a wrench in between it and then the other pad. And then I had to get a couple of more wrenches to basically create some leverage so that when I pull on the wrenches, it will slowly push the piston back into its cylinder. It's pretty hard, guys. You definitely have to apply some pressure. It's not something that's going to be very easy, but it definitely works. It definitely works. Now, unfortunately, I was able to get footage of me securing the pads back inside of the caliper, pretty much just putting this lid looking thing back down. I'm not no mechanic at all, but here you can see me putting the bolt back into where it needs to be. That's the 12mm, and that's the only bolt that I took off besides the tire to change the brakes. So here you have a full brake change on a 2003 Honda Accord, pretty much backyard style. You want to make sure that you're tightening the bolt back to how you need it to be. And as you can see, my only materials were a 12mm wrench, the old brake pads, the new brake pads, the crowbar, and that's pretty much it.
Lucas.